All right, we laid down our flange and our axle. We're now pretty damn close to where we need to be. There we go. We have our distance. What we did, we laid this to just some sort of arbitrary number that's just slightly bigger than, here, I'll grab an axle, this race that the ABS ring sits on. So yeah, we went pretty much to that size, or a bit smaller, sorry, than that. We just keep that around that range, and then we just started lathing down the cup as was in the lathe. Got to about there, and then we started doing kind of plunges in to get our pressure fit for our axle flange to just slide on. And then once we had it in, we just started doing more and more, took a measurement of how much I needed to get it to push in, and then once she's pushed in, I yeah, was good to go. So we got this in here. Oof, they are hard to get out, which I guess is a good sign. I don't want to hit that too much because we do have it in our in a tension fit right now. So then we're going to put this in here. We have our hole for that. We will bolt it down. We'll do a bit of preheat. I need to go get some more propane, and then yeah, a bit of cleaning and a bit of pre and post heat, and yeah, should be no problem. So come along for the ride. Alrighty, sorry for the noise of the torch here, but we welded this guy up. We run a route with just our TIG torch, and we just fuse it all together, and then we preheat it with the torch. But just doing it with a TIG also adds a bit of controlled heat, and we kind of just stitch around. And then yeah, we did the same thing on the bottom side. And yeah, we're just gonna put this here for about like 15-20 minutes and just let it kind of slow down the rapid cooling, because this isn't a big piece of aluminum, which is great because it works as a good heat sink, but it also means that it dissipates the heat out really well. So it's going to dissipate it into the vise, into the table, and into the air everywhere. So this kind of just keeps it as much as we can. I don't really have much of an option to kind of cover it with anything. I thought about putting like a box over top, but you know what? This might actually kind of help here. It might just kind of keep some of the heat in there. There we go. So it's not going to do wonders by any means, but it's at least going to retain a bit of the heat. So, and then maybe we'll just put this over top, and then we just have, you know, a potential shop fire. But yeah, we're just going to do that. I'll kind of block the holes a little bit, and yeah, we'll just sit here and go on your phone and count down for 20 minutes, and then we'll clean up on the lathe, we'll put it in and carry on. But yeah, that's one of the steps. All right, so we cranked down the torch. We're just having the flames lick the bottom there, basically. It's gonna get it to probably around 150, 200 Celsius. And then we'll let this sit for another 20 minutes while we just kind of watch it, because we don't want to leave this flame unattended, especially with a paper towel over top and in a wood building. Yeah, we're just letting it cool down, and then yeah, we're getting too hot to touch here. Over here, definitely it'll burn you if you held it for any sort of time period. But it means that yeah, it's really starting to absorb that heat, and it'll kind of dissipate into the vise and everything else. But yeah, once that's done, we can after another 15 minutes of this, we'll just take it all off, and then throw her in the old lathe and true her up, and then we might be done with the axle, aside from getting new bearings, and we're gonna get new side seals. So because yeah, they are kind of cut up. But yeah, come along for the ride as when we do that. But yeah. Alrighty, we got our two diffs. The S13, the Z chassis combination. Did our final measurement because we got our final axle stub done. We are at 10 3/4 here, and we are 10 11/16 here. So we're pretty much bang on, and just that little bit tighter that I wanted to be on the long axle than this guy here. So that's good. Everything seems to be spinning true. It's really quite nice. Our bolts will fit in here. We've lathed down the bolts so they fit in. These axles are nice and tight in there. I mean, we do regretfully have this little bit of movement here where I overlaid the journals for the diff. That is only seeing rotation when the LSD is not working. So any sort of turn, it may want to push this back, and we'll see what it'll do to the seals. That's what's going to take the damage from it. We're going to put new ones in. We're also going to put new carrier bearings in because I had to pull these off to put the housing in the lathe. So if we pulled off the roller bearings, there's a good chance I fucked the cage up, even if it did come off nicely. So we're just going to do that. And then, yeah, that'll be that. But as of today, I mean, we are done with the diffs, and we're pretty much to where we were before this long weekend. So glad everything kind of worked out, that I got all the parts I needed. Sorry I didn't kind of record much of the videos of actually doing the work. It's just I watch YouTube or listen to podcasts while I'm working on my car when I'm alone here, so it just makes more sense to have that than be recording everything I do. So, but nevertheless, it's just a lot of before and afters, and you can kind of see the steps I went through. This isn't tested, so take it for what it's worth, but it definitely will be tested, and tested with a lot of torque. So yeah, aside from that, comments, concerns, put them on down, but smell you later.